Hello, Dobry den. I am on, I guess, technically day 3 in Czechia, or the Czech Republic. And I didn't really have a chance to make a video yesterday, but I will talk about the highlights of my day. So, we started off the day by meeting everyone, not waking up, but meeting everyone at 5:50 in the morning. It was fully light outside. We met everyone in the hotel downstairs area and walked to a train station. And we rode the train from this place outside of Prague into Prague itself, into the bus station, central train station area, which was awesome, actually. There are a lot of stores and things in there that kind of wish I would have stopped at. Anyway, we sent the students home from his first group, and at the same time received groups of students, which meant we went back and forth on buses to the airport, back to Prague to the airport, for the first half of the day yesterday. And everybody's so nice. It was really awesome meeting everyone. We I guess met back at our hotel, or our apartment rather. It's so nice. It's really pretty. It's called the Garden Grape House. And so it's 2 rooms full of, I guess, like twin beds, really clean, simple style-wise. And then there's a kitchen and bathroom. Bathroom's really nice, really big and clean. And the kitchen is really cute too, really modern. And apparently, I just talked to Eli, and apparently the students have been shopping at markets all morning. So they are bringing amazing ingredients back here, and they are going to cook for us. So it's going to be fun. Yesterday, let's see. Of course, I'm still overwhelmed completely. I don't know that. Definitely, I love traveling. I love seeing new places. I love visiting cool spots, like nice areas, nice scenery, cool buildings. But I don't know that traveling, I guess, to a place where I don't speak the native language is really my thing. It is incredibly intimidating. I don't know why I'm so intimidated by that, because a lot of people do speak English, and actually people have been very accommodating and wonderful. There was this amazing hotel front desk man that I talked to yesterday, and he was so nice. Let's see. Well, actually, the coolest place that I've seen so far would be the cemetery that is right next door to our apartment. It's amazing. I've never seen anything like it. And I've been there at least like 4 or 5 times now. So I think I went there 3 times yesterday, and then once today again. It's beautiful. I would have never imagined how amazing people can decorate graves of their family members. And it's beautiful. And they have older tombstones or burial sites, and newer ones now, all the way up until a couple years ago, or maybe even now. I don't know. But yeah, it was really just beautiful. So I took a bunch of videos and sound recordings in there, and I made stuff for an ASMR video. And I did a little photo shoot in the cemetery today. So I actually was so overwhelmed after yesterday that I decided to skip out on the rest of the group's activities this morning. Just sleep in a little bit, just a little. I didn't really sleep in that much. Actually, I was awake, but I stayed here and I took care of myself. Like, I took a shower last night when I got in, which helped me feel better, but this morning I finally have my suitcase, so I was able to use all my things. So I did makeup, I did my hair, I gave myself a foot massage with pain relieving ointment, I put another layer of paint on my fingernails, and just really took my time. I did a bunch of Reiki, I did a meditation. I finally built myself back up, and so I felt really good whenever I left today. And let's see, so I left and I went straight to the cemetery, and it was amazing. It was beautiful. And then I had looked on my phone, on my map, to see what all was around here that I could do, because I knew everybody was out. Couldn't figure out the Wi-Fi here because the book said something weird about it, the little in book. So we didn't have Wi-Fi, so I had no way of contacting anyone, and that was, of course, in the back of my mind, so it was a little intimidating. But had a lovely time in the cemetery, and I had marked some places to go. I wanted to get breakfast, obviously, so I marked a couple cafes. I wanted to go to an ATM and get some smaller bills, because right now I just have a big bill, and they kind of like you to have close to exact change here. So I didn't really want to break that on something small. And then I wanted to go to the pharmacy and get Band-Aids and laundry detergent, and I don't know, maybe something else. But yeah, so I started walking around, and the longer I walked, the more I once again remembered how completely overwhelmed and out of my element I am when I do that. So I came over to be with Eli because he would have been away for 5 weeks if I hadn't come over here. And I saw some amazing things last year, and Henry's such an amazing host. But I don't know if this is my thing. I actually said last year that I was happy for the experience, but I didn't know if I would ever do it again. And I was talked into doing it again. And I remember why I said I might never do it again. So, yeah. Let's see. Positive things. Yesterday, after we met everyone, we went on a walk together. Well, we rode the tram, the underground, the metro. Yeah, the metro. And it was really fun. We rode it straight into, I don't even know how you say it. I forgot the town square. I forgot what it's called. And just walked through the streets, and it was super crowded and crazy and awesome. And so we walked through the streets, and then we got to this really nice Italian restaurant. And of course, we had already eaten earlier, but I'm at an amazing Italian restaurant, so I got dessert. I got mascarpone cheese with strawberries, and it was so good. And I got a mojito, and that was good. And we just kind of went around the table and talked and got to know each other. I was very tired at this point, though, so I wouldn't say that was actually a highlight of my day. I spaced out, and I think I actually missed most of the conversation. Let's see. Last night, I still hadn't gotten my suitcase, and so we stopped, after everybody was done walking around together and talking, and Henry was done giving us a little tour, everybody was going back to the room, and I needed to go get my suitcase. So we rode a little bit of the tram to part of the way across the town, I guess. We got out where Henry told us to, and we had to walk, I don't know, at least a mile, but that's not even the crazy part. The crazy part was where we were at, and having to basically walk along the side of the highway and get across this giant ass bridge to get to the hotel where my suitcase had been delivered. So, with nothing to go on but our offline map, we started that trek. And we walked along the highway sort of for a little bit, and then we broke away down this path along the river. And now this is, keep in mind, this is like midnight, so it's dark, and somewhere that you would definitely look at and say that no human should ever go down there. Really dark, and I don't know, just imagine the sketchiest alleyway or anything that you've ever been to. So we walked full force down this path, and it was beautiful. There was nobody there. It was super magical. It sounds sketchy. There was one bike rider that passed us, and then one guy walking, and he walked in the opposite direction. And then there was this little rat that ran across our path. It was huge. But believe it or not, it was actually like really amazing. And actually probably one of my highlights. I needed to decompress after yesterday. I get really overwhelmed in big cities. So, so we walked and walked and walked forever. Finally figured out how to get across the bridge, walk some more. And of course, this doesn't even do it justice. So like maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours later, we finally make it to that hotel. And it looks completely, basically abandoned, except there was one light on in the top floor you could look up and see. And so that was sketchy. So it was completely closed with the gates. We had to, it took us a couple tries, but we made it through the gate and went in and up. And I swear I felt like I was in The Shining or something, some kind of Stanley Kubrick film. It was just like, just old and drab and stale, I guess. I would say the air was stale. But we walked all the way up the staircase to the top floor, and that's apparently where the front desk was, actually. And the sweetest Czech man was working the desk, and so he talked to us for a little while, and of course he had my suitcase, and I was extremely grateful and really happy to have that back. And we called an Uber, and we had some Wi-Fi issues, so we had to do it twice, and it was crazy. But actually that was nice. I think my favorite things that have happened this year and last year in Europe are the completely unexpected and quiet things. Like the walk that was just us on that path, and the cemetery. Yeah. Let's see, in last year my favorite things were this stop in this little non-stop Czech restaurant in the middle of the night, where this super strict lady served us our food, and then we almost got in trouble because we couldn't find the bathroom. And then whenever we were in Budapest and we ran under the archway to get out of the rain when we were at the Museum of Fine Arts, and we met some really cool people, and it was just like a perfect day. But anyways, that's where I'm at right now. I had to come back here because I got overwhelmed, so I just had to lay down and give up on life for a little bit. So here I am, and I think Henry's going to be here in a little bit to deliver the food from the market, and then to take me to meet the group. We're going to go walk through vineyards and drink wine, and what else? Go to orchards, go to community farms, I think. So yeah, good times. I'm excited. But more posts to come, and pictures and videos.